The courtroom is called to order. All rise. Another child support battle is about to unfold. But this one has a twist. On one side stands a father, calm but firm. On the other, a mother, a rising social media influencer. Their story didn't start in a courtroom. It started online, with a fan and a live stream. Today, that fan is demanding more than likes. He's demanding accountability.
Judge, this is case number JVB 1043, Foster case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Foster, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, what's happening is this. She's out and she's partying, she's having fun, she's doing all this stuff like all on social media. She's a social media influencer. I met her because I'm one of her super fans.
Oh,
yeah.
This is cute.
How it happened was that we, since I'm a super fan, I'm kind of following her around, see what she's doing. But she actually called for me to cater to one of her areas, which is how we actually hooked up from there, because I'm a chef.
Okay.
We have one child together, and she's not really doing the things that she's supposed to do as a mother, pretty much supporting the child, being there for them, paying any Medicaid or so dealing with for the child.
Mr. Foster steps up first. His words are steady but layered with frustration. He explains how they met. She was a star online and he was her super fan. Eventually, they connected in person through one of her influencer events. Now, they share a child. But according to him, he's the only one doing the heavy lifting. Medical expenses, daily care, everything. His goal is clear. She needs to step up. The judge listens closely, intrigued by this unusual beginning.
I practically do all that. And I brought her here today just to say, hey, you gotta step up your game. You gotta do something, help out this child, because I can't be the only supporter if you're here supposed to do something as well. I mean, I can do it, but I do need a little bit more income for that.
Okay, I'm a little bit more interested in the background. You know, how you became a super fan and you hooked up.
Well, I'm a follower.
I mean, I don't need all the details about, how the child was conceived. I'm just interested to see how that works,
Well, I'm the type of guy that I always post all my stuff, letting people know this is what I do, like all my catering stuff and all that. But when it comes to her, I know that she does all this stuff, and I know she's a big influencer, and she pretty much puts everything out there. She's really, when it comes to making it to a live stream, she can do that. She has that.
Then, the influencer mom takes the stand, confident, composed. She insists she's just trying to grow her business. But when the judge asks how much she contributes, the truth slips out. $200 or $300 a month. The judge raises a brow. That's not much for someone with sponsorships, followers, and appearances. The tension shifts. The courtroom is no longer dazzled by influencer fame. It's focused on responsibility.
But so that's what I did. I actually reached out to her in that way, and that's how I got more of my influence out there, so I can actually start catering and partying catering to all these parties.
Okay, all right. And so you want her to pay child support?
Yes.
All right, and you said the child is on Medicaid,
yes.
Correct? Okay. All right, is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
No.
Okay. Ma'am, welcome. I'm honored. Social media influencer?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is, but what does that have to do with you being a mom?
I'm out there trying to make money and trying to support my child. I do send him money. I'm just trying to grow my business.
How much money do you send him?
It just depends on what's going on during the week, what I have and what my income is each month.
On average, how much money are you getting from her, if any?
She only sends about maybe like $2.
She claims she's still building her brand, but the numbers don't lie. She admits she's making roughly $100,000 a year. Meanwhile, the father shoulders nearly all the costs. The judge doesn't hold back. "No, ma'am," she says sharply. "I'm not about to do this with you." The influencer's world of likes and live streams collides head-on with the real world of parenting.
$300.
$200 or $300? You're a social media influencer?
Well, I'm still growing my business. I mean, I'm
right.
But she parties. It's all over. It's online. It's like she's everywhere.
And you're getting paid for these appearances,
right? And you
right?
party too. That's how we met.
Nah, I was catering to
You were
to one of
catering,
your parties. Yes.
Oh.
So I wasn't really partying. I was catering. I had to work it.
Right. That's what they're calling catering these days. Being a super fan. I get it.
It was one time.
One time and you all had the baby?
Yeah, don't take that long.
Well, that's true. So,
So he is making a good income as well.
right, but the child is with him. So
Yes.
his income is not really
Because
concerning for me.
I travel.
Right, and you're being paid for your travel.
The mother makes a bold suggestion. She wants the child with her full time, to travel, to grow her platform, to turn her child into part of her online brand. The courtroom grows still. The judge's expression hardens. A child is not content. A child is not a prop. What about school? The judge fires back. What about stability? The influencer falters. The glamour starts to fade.
Exactly. How much are you making, roughly?
Maybe about 100,000.
You're making about $100,000 and you send him $200 or so for the baby?
Yes.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not about to do this with you. You're making a lot of money and your child is coming up short and you don't have a problem with that?
No, I do have a problem with that. I would like him with me.
So you want the baby to be on social media for likes and follows?
Oh, it might
What
be
about-
something that
Like, what about school and all those other
he could
academic
do
things that he has to
homeschool
do?
when he's 3.
So
He's
where
going
is
to
he
be on
homeschooling? In
virtual
hotels and stuff
school
like
with
that?
likes and followers?
You see it all the time. Why not? I mean,
Right, but don't you believe that that's a distraction?
no, I mean, I feel like, I'm making a pretty good income, and I think that this could really help him when he's older.
She admits she only sees the child a couple of days a month. Her own words undercut her argument. The father doesn't need to say much. His silence speaks volumes. The judge's tone turns firm. This isn't about followers. This is about a 3-year-old who needs a stable home, not a suitcase and a live stream.
And to save up some money.
Well, if you're making a pretty good income, you can send more.
I agree with that.
Maybe you could work harder.
No, ma'am. Maybe you can work harder to be in your child's life. And I highly doubt a judge would place the child with you knowing that you travel, you're doing all of these things for growing your business, and the child is with him. Sounds like 100% of the time.
No, not all the time.
Okay, how often do you have the child?
When he allows the child to be with me when I'm not traveling.
Oh, okay. So when you're not traveling, that's how often?
Really, a couple of days a month.
Exactly. You made that up. This is what we're going to do. We're going to place you on child support based on that $100,000 a year, ma'am. Yeah, and don't look confused. It's the right thing to do. It is absurd that you believe it is.
The decision becomes inevitable. We're going to place you on child support, the judge declares. Her voice is steady, final. The influencer looks stunned. But this isn't punishment, it's responsibility. The court calculates support based on her $100,000 annual income. The lifestyle she built online now comes with a real-world obligation.
It's okay to only send a couple of $100s to dad for your child, and you actually think that it's okay for your child to be toting along with you to grow your social media influence? Yeah, no, that's not what we're going to do. This child needs to be in an environment that is stable. Need to make sure that school is being attended to. How old is this child?
About 3.
3 years old. No. Kindergarten will be here before you know it. He does not need to be traveling and going to homeschool and virtual school all over the country or wherever it is that you have to appear. You'd agree with me, right?
I guess I have to.
No, you don't have to, but don't you believe that's in the best interest of the child to be somewhere stable?
Well, I think the best interest of the child would be with me, and if I'm growing a business and I can take care of them.
And you believe that because you're the mom?
Yes.
Oh.
The numbers are clear, $1,242 in monthly support, plus $750 for Medicaid reimbursement, $1,990 every month. The judge even throws in a sharp reminder. Maybe one of your followers can help you find cheaper health insurance. The room lets out a quiet murmur. The influencer isn't posting now. She's listening.
Well, that's not going to happen today. So what we're going to do is base your child support off that $100,000 that you testified to, that makes your gross $8,333.33, bringing your net to $6,212.37. That makes your monthly child support obligation $1,242. Now, you mentioned Medicaid.
Yes.
Medicaid is not free. He doesn't have to pay for it, but you do. So it's based on 9% of your gross, which your gross is that $8,300 that I said earlier, that brings your reimbursement to Medicaid $750. If you can find somewhere on, private health insurance, I'm pretty sure you can find it a lot cheaper. Maybe one of your followers is a health insurance agent or something, and they can get you something cheaper, okay? So based on that,
The judge makes it plain. It is absurd that you believe a couple of $100 is enough. This child needs stability, not likes, not views. The influencer nods reluctantly. She glances at the father. The power dynamic that once played out online has shifted entirely inside this courtroom.
$1,242 plus $750 brings your monthly child support obligation to $1,992. You're going to pay that monthly to Dad. Any questions?
No, I don't have any.
Why did you look at him?
Because I was just thinking he's making more money, he's doing more gigs.
That's great, and so are you. And if you make any more money doing more gigs, we can just increase your child support. Anything further?
Nope.
Is there anything further, sir?
No.
Okay, nothing further. You all are dismissed. Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Foster case. So this was a pretty unique case. Mom was a social media influencer. Dad was her super fan. They hooked up, had a baby. Guess what? You can still be ordered to pay child support based off any of your...
As the gavel nears its final strike, the judge reminds everyone, income from social media counts just like any other job. In the eyes of the law, a live stream is no different from a paycheck. No matter how glamorous your lifestyle may seem online, parenting is real, and so are the consequences.
Net resources. You heard Mom testify that based on, her social media likes, followers, and any type of appearances that she had to make, she makes about $100,000 a year. Her child support was based on that. Well, something interesting that stood out in this case, you heard me talk about a cap. In Texas, there is a cap on the amount of net resources that a person pays. So if your net resources exceed $9,200 a month, that is the amount that your child support is based on. So it's almost like a reduction if you think about it, because she was not paying child support based on $100,000 a year. She was paying child support based on the net resources of $9,200, which was why her child support...
Your followers may give you attention, but your child deserves your support. And today, that's exactly what the court ensured.